Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome. You're beautiful with Dr. Leah. And today we have an amazing guest. It's Letitia, and we've been planning this for weeks now, right? We planned it
Yes,
like already
ma'am.
months ago. So I'm so happy you could finally join, and you're a very busy schedule, right? Because you're a nurse.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, I want to talk to you about this, and first of all, say huge thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Especially, oh my God, I think last year has been a tribute for all the healthcare professionals, all the nurses, especially for all the hard work that you guys do and everything else. So, but yes, I'm not talking. Please introduce yourself and you know exactly what you do and share a bit of your story.
Okay. Well, my name is Letitia. Okay, and I am a registered nurse. I work at a teaching facility in Augusta, Georgia area. So my story is that my daughter was diagnosed with celiac disease at 9 years old. At first, nobody took her serious. So, it was like a runaround thing. And they said that she had like constipation and acid reflux, and they thought that she was making up her symptoms. But anyway, after, going back and forth to the doctors, about 5 or 6 times, I decided to go to Atlanta, Georgia, to Emory University. And that's where they diagnosed her with celiac disease at 9 years old.
Wow.
And she's 14 years old right now. So she been through a battle. And then she was diagnosed with eosinophilic esophagitis. So we got to have an EpiPen on hand at all times because she could have allergic reaction to anything. And if she eats the wrong thing, it can basically kill her.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit more what it is to people who don't know?
Yes, okay. The eosinophilic esophagitis, we went to a gastroenterology doctor and he diagnosed her with that. It is basically that she have tons and tons of allergies. And what it was that she couldn't swallow, she kept telling me, I can't swallow. So I thought maybe it was like dysphagia. This is difficulty, swallowing food and stuff. So he went in and he scoped her and he said that she had eosinophilic esophagitis. It's just that she basically just got allergies to a bunch of stuff. Like she can't eat peanut butter. She got allergy to peanuts, beans. She got to have like soy milk. It got to be gluten free. All of her foods, has to be with no gluten free foods. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
it is so hard because when you are 9 years old, you're a child, and when you're 14, you're a child, right? And
right.
And you hear that people need to go from one doctor to another, and first exactly it's this, or you ate something, or until they diagnose you with celiac. And I think many people, especially when you're 9 years old, and my daughter who is 12 now, my oldest, so she has a lot of friends who, well, because of me, she knew, who have celiac or gluten intolerance. So always when we had a birthday party, they would be like, it's a gluten-free cake. It's a gluten-free. I'm like, yes, of course, but it's very hard. And then you also, right, have allergies and
Yes, I do. I have a lot of allergies. I take allergy shots on a weekly basis. I do it myself, because I'm a registered nurse, so I do my own shots. But yeah, and after finding your products, this has been a lifesaver. I mean, I don't have, I'm serious.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The makeup has been amazing. My eyes do not run water. I'm telling you, it's been amazing.
You look beautiful. I love all your videos and everything you do. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So are you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. But it's been a battle with my daughter. It really has. I mean, she have her good days and bad days, but it's been a battle. But she's 14 years old now, so she's come accustomed to eating, gluten-free. And I'm glad because at first she was very depressed about it. She really was, but now it's better. It's getting better.
And
yes, ma'am.
And in a sense, she's lucky that her mom is a nurse, right? And
that's what the doctor said, exactly.
Right? You know what it is. You knew where to take her. I speak with a lot of people who then were diagnosed with celiac. I mean, when they were little, so they don't even know their life without it, or when they were like 15, 16, no one knew what's going on with them, and they
Right.
don't know where to go because no one in their
Right.
family, right, is a healthcare professional, and they don't know where to go and what to do. So it's very hard. So what do you, because you, of course, you yourself, like you said, you have allergies, and it's all autoimmune, right? So when you have one, like I had psoriasis since I was 6 years old, and then non-gluten intolerance came. But then in a sense, it's good because I don't even know life without it, which is, I guess, good and bad.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And
Yes.
but in a sense, still, because it's all autoimmune, you always wait what else will come, right? So it makes sense when you have allergies and you have celiac and it kind of all goes together.
It does.
Right.
And you know what, Dr. Leah, the sad part about it, she ended up getting a septic hip, and we didn't know what was causing that. And we went back to Emory in Atlanta, and they said her celiac disease was causing her that septic hip. So she was on antibiotics for about 30 days. Yeah, they had to go in. Yeah. They had to go in, and they had IND that hip for her. It's been a roller coaster ride with my daughter. Seriously, it's been a roller coaster ride, but she is so much better, and I thank God she's better. It's just thankful. I'm just thankful that she's better.
And you're such a great mom for, of course,
Thank
doing
you.
this and being so, you're so positive about this. I know there are probably some really, really bad days. And
yes,
so
ma'am, it is.
Right. So how do you, because I have also, and I like customers or people I speak with, and they say, okay, my child is just diagnosed. Some parents never had celiac or gluten sensitivity, so they don't know. Maybe they had gluten sensitivity, but not celiac. How do you stay strong and also help them, the kids, on the bad days? Because I'm sure they have a lot of bad days, right?
To my daughter.
Yeah, like how do you yourself stay strong like you are and support your daughter? Yeah.
You know what? I just take one day at a time, and I continue to pray about it, and hopefully that one day they can find a cure for this stuff, because I'm serious. It's just a lot of people don't understand celiac. The doctors at Emory told me that if it go undiagnosed for years, it can cause stomach cancer, and that it almost scared me to death. It did. I'm like, oh my God. But I just try to take one day at a time and try to be there for her and try to be positive, because I told her, things were getting better. And I said, think about, other kids. It's other kids out there that got cancer and other diseases. Think about, you you getting better and you getting stronger and stronger every day.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
It's so, and I think that positive encouragement and also putting things in perspective.
Yes, ma'am.
And I tell my kids all the time when they say, I don't want to eat this. I'm like, you know what? So many people don't have any food. You eat what I give you. but you're absolutely right. And then what advice do you have for parents or even young adults, right? Who and I need to think how I word my question in terms of like, you went to one place, another place, and your daughter was diagnosed.
Yes, and I would tell them
places, right?
I would tell them, some of her symptoms, in the beginning, I kind of overlooked it because I thought maybe, she was just having, a few pains. But her pain started out as joint pain. She complained about her joints kept hurting her all the time. And I thought, well, maybe, she just run around at the school and, she just tired or something, just in pain. But, and the doctor told me all that joint pain, those were signs of celiac disease. Yeah, so I would just say that for any parent who's going through this, just stay strong, keep your head up. I'm telling you, if your child continues to tell you that they're not feeling well, they're having stomach issues, go and make an appointment with a gastroenterologist. at least, start that way, because, because my child, kept telling me that she was not feeling well. And I kind of, going with the doctors, maybe it is constipation, but come to find out it wasn't. It was celiac. And the more food we gave her, she kept having all these severe stomach cramps, and she lost like, what, 30 pounds? And I knew something was not right. Yeah.
Nothing. Oh.
And she's still a little bit of things. She's still kind of tiny, but yeah, she lost over 30 pounds with this celiac disease.
Wow. And then
Yes,
did you go to the just pediatrician first and they referred you to gastroenterologist?
I did. I went to her pediatric doctor. I did, and she referred me to Emory University. Because
Okay,
one of my nursing friends, her daughter had gastritis, and she'd been through a lot. And she was actually the one that told me, well, you know what, since you can't get a diagnosis here, why don't you go somewhere else, like maybe to Emory in Atlanta or somewhere? And that's what I did. I just told her that I would prefer to go to Atlanta to get a better diagnosis, because I didn't think it was constipation or acid reflux. I knew it was something more than that. Especially when a child loses 30 pounds. I mean, you don't lose 30 pounds overnight for nothing.
No.
You don't.
Oh my gosh, that's
a
crazy.
significant weight loss. Yeah, that's very significant.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that that's a very good advice to parents, especially when they are not in the healthcare profession like you are, who might not know where to go. To go to the pediatrician, and usually, I mean, this is a good pediatrician, you refer to the right, but you can be referred to this doctor, a wrong doctor. So I think thinking about, and in the end, I also tell everyone, the whole mind, gut, skin, connection is so important. So I think gastroenterologist will be also, I mean, now we look at microbiome, at all of these things. So I think that's a great advice, because that's also what people ask me, like, what do I do? Or like, my child is diagnosed, and some people who have celiac and they have young kids, they are constantly going to gastroenterologists, because what I see, some people who have celiac, their kids have a lot of allergies, because it's all connected, right? And then at certain point, like with my husband, he had asthma and and then allergies came slowly older he got, and now he's 50 actually, and then he has to wear EpiPen also, because like shellfish and all of this, like he could eat shrimp 10 years ago, now he can't, he just swells up. So it's something like you said, I like what you said, take day by day, and in terms of and you're right, like I think there's no cure for celiac.
It's no cure for it yet, no ma'am. And the bad part about it, my daughter does not have the diarrhea like some patients. A lot of people have diarrhea with theirs, but she had the opposite. She was constipated. And I think that's why they overlooked her symptoms, saying that, she was constipated and had acid reflux, because they say a lot of patients have, diarrhea with it, where she never did. She always stayed constipated.
Which is horrible, which is even,
it is.
Oh my gosh.
And nobody in our family got celiac but her. So I don't know if it's down the line, my mother or my father, I'm not sure, but she's the only one in the family that have, celiac disease. My middle daughter got like a gluten intolerance, she has to eat like, gluten-free too, but she don't have celiac disease. But she has to eat.
So you basically had to convert the whole household to.
I did, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's hard, but I think I always feel the children who have it, and it's super hard, especially when you're so young and you have supportive mom like you.
Thank you.
You come out of it stronger, or at least you always want to believe that's because and you're so right, there's so much more awareness that's needed, because also when I go to the restaurant, right, and I haven't been lately, of course, with COVID, but when I go and I say, no, it's gluten-free, I don't know, something, and I'm like, it needs to be gluten-free, and they say, okay, is it a preference? And I know it's normal, and I say, no, it's not, and then okay, what is it? I'm like, why do you need to even ask,
Right, exactly.
It's and I think that And many people don't even know what it is. So I feel
they don't, because they think gluten-free is gluten-free, but they don't realize it can't be no cross-contamination either. It has to be gluten-free. If you touch like a piece of bread that's got gluten in it and come back and fix the food with, it's like, gluten-free, that's like cross-contamination. And that can lead to even, a lot of problems. Because they said even a drop of gluten, like a drop of gluten in my daughter's stomach will cause her to have severe stomach pain. Yes, ma'am.
Gosh, yeah. I even had one customer, and then she said that it was so bad that in the house she didn't have any gluten. She didn't eat gluten, but she bought gluten-free dog biscuits, but they weren't fully gluten-free apparently. And she wasn't touching it. It was just there, laying in the corner.
Oh, wow.
And still she had a lot of symptoms, and she didn't even know what was happening. So they went like looking at everything until they found that there's a gluten in those dog biscuits. That's how bad.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's amazing.
It is.
That's amazing.
So it's hard. I think especially I think when you're older, you try to deal with it. When you're a child, like, how do you deal with them going on well, now probably not, but like birthday parties, right? Well, what advice do you give to parents?
Right, because I know my daughter, at her school, they have a lot of birthday parties, for the other kids, and she feels so left out, but I told her, I said, Alex, you're going to have to get through this. I said, ain't nothing you can do about it. It's just something that this is a lifelong thing, and we're going to have to just work through this thing. Because she said that she just feels so bad because, she's sitting there and all the other kids having cupcakes and stuff and birthday cake, and I can't have any. And I told her that she just have to learn, how to, just to get through this. I said, every day is going to get better. It really is. And I told her, just overlook that. I told her when she gets home, just ask me and I can make you some cupcakes, some gluten-free cupcakes here. That's what I told her. So she won't feel so left out,
Yeah. Well, I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel very strongly, if you have a birthday party, you have to ask everyone if they have any allergies and only serve that. They're amazing.
That's true.
They're amazing gluten-free cupcakes now, and amazing we have Mariano's. I don't know. I go and they have amazing gluten-free cupcakes, and that's fine. You buy for those kids, and so no one feels, because I feel it's just not fair, and you don't want to be felt left out, right? So I think
that's what she said.
And that's why, like, I feel, like when I look at, and I also work with like Psoriasis Association or Eczema Association, and they have quite a lot of money, right? Those associations, because pharmaceutical industry and everyone else, they're doing all the research and they're working with those. When you look at celiac associations, and I work with, the CDF, and they really have nothing, because there's not much research, and people say, oh, it's just such a small population, but it's not. There are so many underdiagnosed people, and gluten intolerance is rising and rising and rising. So it's coming, right? I feel like in 20 years, it will be a big thing and a big association. Everyone will be doing clinical trials. So yes, I'm also like you are, like you said, you're doing a lot of raising celiac awareness.
Right.
Great. And that's I think it's just so extremely needed for all of us. So,
exactly. It is.
Yeah. So that's great. And then I think one of the questions you tell a little bit about yourself as a nurse and how last year have been, because
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's been a roller coaster ride. It's been so rough, with COVID going on. The cases, where I work at now, they are going down. So thank you, Jesus. The cases are going down. Yes. I think we got like 12 cases now in the whole hospital, which is not bad as compared to, we had over 100 or 200 cases. So the cases has significantly decreased. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But yes, ma'am. But I just want everything to be over with,
Yeah, but just what you guys, because I feel And yes, people lost their jobs, houses, a lot of things. And I see a lot of people who it's very hard, complain, oh, I've been home and I couldn't
It is.
work. But I'm saying, imagine how the nurses and the doctors and the healthcare personnel in the hospitals feel, you know? I'm like, being at home, it's like you remind your daughter, hey, there's so much more worse. So I just also want to like huge shout out and thank you to you, you know, and everything
Thank you.
you
Thank
do.
you.
It's so important. So
Thank you.
so I think it's one of the last questions. What is, and I think I know what it is, but what is your superpower?
My superpower is just being there for my patient, being an advocate for them, being an advocate for everybody. I mean, people with celiac disease who are so undiagnosed with this disease, you know, I just want to let them know to let their voices be heard, because I was the voice for my daughter because she was 9 years old and she couldn't, you know, be the voice for herself. You know, she kept telling the teachers at school, I'm not feeling well. They said, you know, you just want to go home and play. And she said, no, I'm really sick. But, you know, then nobody believed her. So I'm just wanting everybody to know that I just want to be the voice for my daughter. I'm glad I'm the voice for her. I really am, because it was bad at first, but now things has gotten better.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think your superpower is really being that positive and strong woman,
Yeah, positive.
you
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
and
Yes,
really
very positive,
strong.
being an advocate. Yes,
And we
ma'am.
need more of that. And I feel that, you know, um, and I'm getting like emotional. I feel like your daughter has a blessing having you as a mom, you know, because I think so many people say, or parents feel lost and their children go for a long time and they're
Right.
undiagnosed and blame themselves. So I feel that's a huge blessing and somebody that will understand her whole life. So
Yes,
that's a
ma'am.
great superpower. So
Thank you.
yeah, and so where can people find you? I know you on Instagram. I'm going to put it.
Yes, I'm also
Anywhere
on.
else?
Yeah, I'm also on YouTube
I
and
know.
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. Okay, I need to see it. I'm going
But
to.
you can find me on YouTube also. I'm on YouTube.
Okay, and it's just the same handle as Instagram or different?
Yes, it's Laita Wooten. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it in.
Okay.
So, yes.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much. It's been so amazing having you on and connecting with you finally and seeing you. I know we've
Thank
been
you.
talking like this, and thank you for your time and everything you do. And we'll
Thank
be in
you.
touch. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.